Hello, I am Alejandro Pascal and we are going to see how the Arduino works. First of all, we can see that we have two different variables, the void setup and the void loop. The void setup is where we are going to put instructions and commands that will tell our Arduino that we are going to use those commands in a certain point. And the void loop is where we put the instructions we want our Arduino to follow in order to perform it, such as turning on LEDs, using the wizard, and so on. Okay, so first of all, to be able to use the program, we have to put some variables at the top of the program, such as int tempo. In this case, I will put that tempo will be equivalent to 1000, that it is 1 second in reality. And with this, I will say, wait 1 second. So then, after that, we go to the void setup, and in here we have to put instructions or pin modes that will know or that will tell the program we are going to use those buttons, LEDs, or other parts of the Arduino. So I put here pin mode. In this example, A1, that is the red color, high. Output. So by doing this, the Arduino will know that we are going to use the red color. So next, in the void loop, there are many different things that we can perform with our Arduino, but I'm going to start by showing you how to turn on the LEDs. For turning on the LEDs, we have to write in the void setup the pin mode, the LEDs go from the 8 to 13 and the 18, so I put here 8, output, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 18. So you have to put this in order to tell the Arduino that we are going to use them. If not, it will mark it as an error. So then, after that, in the void loop, we simply just write digital write and the number of the LED we want to turn on, in this case 8, high. With this, it will turn on the LED 8. But what if we wanted to turn it off? So the only difference is we write delay tempo, that up here we can see that it will wait 1 second, and we just write the same digital write, but now 8 and low. In the buttons, high equals turned on, low equals turned off. So now, if you want to turn many LEDs, you just have to simply do the same part as in the top, but just add as many LEDs as you want, 8, 9, and 10, and this will turn the 3 LEDs at the same time. Okay, so now, another part of the Arduino are the buttons. The buttons are used from the numbers 2 to 7. In order to use them, we have to save them or tell the Arduino that we are going to use them. So we have to write pin mode, in this case the 2, it's not output, it's input pull up. Let me erase this, input pull up. So in that way, the Arduino will know we are going to use that value, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so now, after doing this, we just have to go to the void loop, and we have to put the instructions in order to put them. But don't miss this part that we have to put in here that B1 equals digital read, and 2. This means that whenever we put in a program the B1, the Arduino will know that we are pressing the button 2, or we are referring to the button 2. So B2, B3, B4, and so on. You just reach to B6 and not to B7. B4 and B5. Okay, so well, you continue those steps, and in this part, you just have to put. Well, normally the buttons are used with the control structure if. So you put here if B1 equals low. You put digital write. In this case, I want to turn on the LED number 8, high. So The difference with the buttons analysis is that low in buttons is means that it is going to be pressed, and high is that we aren't going to touch. Okay, so this means that only if we press the second button of the Arduino, the LED number 8 will turn on. Okay, so another thing that we have in the Arduino is the buzzer. That is the one that emits sounds. The buzzer takes the value of the 0, so we have to put in the void setup pin mode 0 output in order to tell the Arduino that we're going to use it. In the void loop, we have two different instructions in order to use it. We have the tone and the no tone. No tone. The no tone will always be a 0. That means that it will take the value of 0 and it will stop emitting any sound. But in the tone, we have to put two different values, as you can see here. It has a range between 0 and 1000, and it just means how strong or how low it will sound. Well, after that, we have the servo motor. The servo motor is a little piece in your Arduino that we can only move 180 degrees whenever we tell him. So, if we want to use the servo motor, we have to put at the top of the program #include servo.h, and also servo, that is the variable that we're going to name it with, and I will put my servo. So now, after doing this, we also have to indicate this same instruction in the void setup. Here, we have to put here my servo.attach and my servo.write. Remember these two because they are very important. And also, in the void loop section, if we want our servo motor to move, we know it can only move 180 degrees. So we have to put the following command: my servo.write, and between the parentheses any value that you want it to take, so it will move. In this case, I will put 90. So by saying this, the servo motor will only move 90 degrees. Okay, we can also play it with if structure, and it will be like this. We can use the buttons, and if B1 equals low, that means if we press the second button, my servo write, and in this case 120. So by pressing the second button, the servo motor will move 120 degrees. And if we want the servo motor to return to its original place, we just simply have to write my servo.write and between parentheses 0. Another part of the Arduino is a potentiometer. The potentiometer has a range of 0 to 1023. To be able to use it, we have to put a variable again at the top of our program. In this case, I will use int, and you can name it as whatever you want. I will name it pote. So now, the potentiometer takes the value of the A4. The colors are A1, A2, and A3. Normally, A2 is blue, and A3 is green. So now, in here you have to put pin mode, in this case the A4, output, in order to tell the Arduino. And below these ones, we also have to put an instruction that will save the values that we give to the potentiometer. So we have to put here pote equals analog read, and instead of putting any number, we have to put the A4, the value that it takes. So now, then we just have to give the instructions. Normally, the potentiometer is just with the control structure if in the following way: if pote equals, and you can put any value you want, no? Well, is greater than or equals 128, and pote is lower than, I can say 256. You put this and the key, and you can put that you want it to turn on the blue color, that in my case is A2. So now, by having this range of numbers, only if the potentiometer is between that range, it will turn on the blue light. We can also say, we can copy this and say that if our potentiometer is between, I can say 568 and 1023, instead of turning on the blue light, which we will turn off, A2, low, we will turn on the green light. So now, as you can see, the range can vary or can be different for every person. It just depends on what you wanted to use. Well, after that, the IR sensor. The IR sensor is made to detect when someone or something is near the Arduino. With the IR sensor, we use the variable float. So again, at the top of the program, we have to include float, and in this case, IR sensor. The IR sensor takes the value of the A5. So we have to put here pin mode A5. So the program knows that we are going to use the IR sensor. Finally, one more step before using the IR sensor is that we also have to declare a variable to save the values. In here, as we did with the potentiometer, just the same, but the value changes at last. IR sensor, analog read, and between parentheses A5. That is the value that belongs to the IR sensor. It works with a normal value of 1000, which with it the Arduino will know if something is near it. So you can structure it as follows. If IR sensor is less than 1000, this means that here detects when something is near. You can put again any instruction you want the Arduino to perform. In this case, I want to turn on the 3 colors: A1, A2, and A3. So now it will turn a white light whenever something is near. And I can also say that I want the buzzer to emit a sound, tone of 0,1000, so we can know when something is near the Arduino. Finally, the control structures. We have 3 different control structures: if, while, and for. When we use if, we want the program to perform a certain action only if it meets the requirement we are telling it. Example, I'm going to show you how to turn LEDs by pressing 3 different buttons. First of all, we have to tell the program which buttons are going to be pressed in order to turn on the LEDs. I'm going to use B2, B3, and B4. If B2 equals low, and B3 equals low, and B4 equals low, this means that when we press those 3 buttons, I will turn on the LED number 9. So as you can see, the control structure if will help you control many things with one single command. For the control structure for, we use and while, we use them to repeat certain instructions over and over again. They are very similar, but just change a little bit. An example is, for, we have 3 steps. Int x, that this means a variable in order to make the for work. Then we have to put x10, that is a condition we wanted to accomplish. It can be any number there. And after that, we have to put a counter that will have the number of times that we have repeated that step. So if x is lower than 10, the program will print hello. And that works for the control structure for. We start with 0 here, x equals 0. We start with 0 and it will print hello until the x is equal or greater than 10. So now, while, the last variable, is almost the same, but just changes a little. We have to put, again, while x equals 10, and we put the same command printf in order to make it appear, and hello. The only difference is that we have to tell the Arduino that we are going to sum. In this case, as you can see, x plus 1, because if not, it won't work. It will just print hello, but it won't have the number of times that we have done it. So with this, we can have a count of how many times we have printed hello, and at 10 times it will stop. Well, that was everything for today. Thank you for watching.